from the perspective of Interbeing, we get work that's more like John Leo's, that understands that life creates the conditions for life, and that this is a living planet, and so anything that we do that can serve life anywhere will serve life everywhere.
And this theater was established by the first owner, owner of this land house. She's called Ada. In the 1939, just before the Second World War, and it was a real bad time. And she established this theater to invite people from all Europe to talk about peace. So in this theater, a lot of talking about peace is in the ground.
We have a lot of wisdom, we have a lot of ancestral help that we can pull in when we do these gatherings.
And you can take this rope and start unraveling it. And with every movement, you're unraveling a part of yourself that's no longer helpful for this timing.
And we believe as a group who organized this that in order to create a world, we really need to let some stuff go as well and clean it up. And we mean that in a really respectful way. So not pushing it away or throwing it out or treating it like trash, but just letting it go. And there's some knights that are going to help us with it, I guess.
We take the teacher outside, basically, with the teacher, the children, but mainly it's we take the teacher out of his comfort zone.
And what we want to do is investigate with you what we can do more than we do now. Because when we stay cleaning at the end, at the back end of the chain, nothing really changed.
Our crazy plan is to literally sink the carbon by helping seaweeds sink into the ocean. Because what do we need to do to reverse climate change? Well, first of all, we need to stop emissions. Second of all, we need to draw down a whole lot of carbon dioxide, like a teraton of carbon dioxide. So what happens actually when we start working on this, then people say, yeah, leave nature alone. And this is where I kind of need your help, because it upsets me. I get a kind of I feel kind of anger. Because what we have been doing in the past 10,000 years at least is destroying what we, our surroundings in one way or the other. With the first, the big mammals to start, and now 70-80% of the insects, and also in the ocean, I don't know if you're aware, like 90% of big fish have been lost during my lifetime. Half of phytoplankton, which is the basis of the life in the ocean, is already also gone in about that time. So when people say leave nature alone, I think, are you insane?
Bas already mentioned today that all that we see in our systems and within our society, within our organizations and companies, is a reflection on a macro level of what is within us as individuals and how it plays out in our personal lives. So cleanup is a profound approach in my understanding to bring this awareness further, to make sure that when we are committed to really clean up everything that withholds, and how Charles beautifully reflects that in the process of unlearning, what I've learned from your work, is that we make space for true renewal And I believe that the real source of innovation comes from there.
I think that overall the challenge in front of us is to translate somehow the consciousness that we're stepping into systems, into stories, collective agreements, systems of agreement, into law, into money, into politics. Because right now, our consciousness is really moving quite fast. And it's more and more out of alignment with the systems that we're embedded in, which keep tugging at our consciousness and trying to pull it back to where it was. So that we are experiencing so often fighting the system. And the solution is not to somehow become just more mindful and tolerant of the wrong system, but it is to translate our developing understanding into the collective realm. How do we do that? I don't know. And I don't know what it's going to look like. But I know that it is the right question.
I really like the word you said, we are like a circle of wisdom. I think it's collective wisdom.
Constellations, that's what we're going to do now, is a way to use our collective knowing, our intuitive knowing, by asking the right question at the right moment. We have 3 people here who have shared their questions with us. They will share them again, and then we will work with the questions.
Is that a good result?
I'm asking again, do you want to participate in the constellation?
How would I do that?
By moving in, and I'll give you a spot.
Okay.
Can I take you by the arm?
I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid.
Can you look at me? Do you trust me?
Yeah, we're okay.
We're okay?
Yeah, I'm not going to hurt.
Not on purpose. Are you okay with trusting me?
Yes.
Are you okay with me putting you on a spot in this constellation and just
spot.
seeing what wants to unfold?
Yeah.
And are you okay with being a channel for something that wants to unfold?
Well, okay.
Experience something new with me?
Okay.
Alright. That's it.
Risque.
Can I put you behind science? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Bear with me. How was that? Science.
And I felt him, so that felt good.
Yeah, you
I felt
hold him for a
strong.
little while. Yeah.
It was,
You felt strong.
Yeah, it's just giving. And just why I felt sad when he was. Yeah, first I want to help him, but then protect him, but then
Can
he
I
showed his
feel
emotions.
something and want to go over there?
Can you wait for a second? He's speaking.
So he showed his emotions and
Yeah.
said that. Then I felt sad.
Yes.
And with her, only when she started to move her arms, I started to feel her. Before that, I couldn't feel her. So that's.
Okay. When she was expressing her.
Yeah. Then I
question.
felt some. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did it make you more curious about her?
Yes.
Okay. What question goes with that curiosity? Do you have a question for her? You want something to say to her?
I want to see where are the I want to feel the beauty of nature and all the things which are damaged, and so at least get feel it. And now I cannot see it. So it's,
Can you maybe phrase that as a question to her, to nature?
Can I see you, please?
Nature, do you hear him?
Yes, I hear him. But I am here.
Your back is here.
What do you need? Climate cleanup.
Yeah, simply sit with science and nature. Sit like we sit now. Yeah. Just this is what you do now.
Can you see?
And then the form for.
I'm sorry?
I think in this group you are the youngest. I think. Oh, Harry?
I'm quite sure that he is.
I'm
yes.
younger than you, yes.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, it has to do with that. I was picturing my son in your place, in the place of the outcome, so there's something there.
Do you see how you've eternalized the term outcome by making it the future? Can you see and really let it sink in what I'm saying? Because this is your role as your organization. You get it, right? Yes. John, this is also thanks to you. Please also take this in, although you don't have a clue of what is happening here. Let that sink in for a little bit. And then by intention, you know, that's the purpose of your organization.
That's very true.
Yes. And John was actually challenging you to acknowledge that, to voice that, exactly that. Although he didn't know it, but here we go.